All right, welcome back. I guess you could call it the old 10-hour tariff tiff, maybe, when Colombia this weekend refused to accept 2 plane loads of immigrants emigrating back to their home country. Trump moved fast. He said the denial of these flights has jeopardized the national security and public safety of the United States. So he directed his administration to immediately take the following and urgent, decisive retaliatory measures. He instituted an immediate 25% tariff on all goods coming into the United States, and in 1 week's time, if nothing got any better, the tariff was going to be raised to 50%. Whoa. Well, then came this. A short time later, Colombian President Gustavo Petro, who, by the way, is a former Marxist terrorist, he reversed course on Sunday afternoon after he did block those 2 flights from landing in the country that were carrying criminal illegal aliens from our country. The government of Colombia then, under the direction of President Gustavo Petro, had arranged the presidential plane even to facilitate the dignified return of the compatriots who were going to arrive in the country later that morning. This is coming from these deportation flights he was referring to. Well, can you say about face? Remind me again, how long has Trump really been in office? So please welcome to the show, Rebecca Walser. Rebecca's, I'm sure, got an opinion on this. The reason why I picked this out, because it had touched a lot of different parts of the market, right? And it was maybe a foreshadowing about what we might get over the next, 3.5, 4 years. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. And Scott, just ignore the noise. I'm in the airport. So let me just say, the world is not prepared for Trump 2.0. The world does not know what they're about to get with Trump 2.0. I mean, he literally sent out some of this information on social media, on Truth Social, announcing not only the tariffs, that the 25% would be raised to 50% in 1 week, but he also said that he would immediately revoke the visa for Colombian government officials and their allies. So I think what's going on here is we have a Trump 2.0 where he understands the machinations of Washington and the global power infrastructure, but he also doesn't have to win re-election. He doesn't have to worry about, other than his legacy, he's in there to see his vision come to fruition. And that is what is happening. And anybody and any country that is going to go hard against him, they're going to get this Trump 2.0 version very quickly in retaliation.
I'm sure he's got his naysayers, because he always does. But I can't believe getting behind Petro or anybody that says that they don't want their criminals back that they let us have in the first place. I mean, I don't see an alternative point to this, but I'm sure there's going to be somebody that argues about it, because in the end, I mean, a large part of America was behind these ideas of getting rid of these the worst first, I would say. And somehow they make you feel guilty or try to make you feel bad for sending these people back, but they're not good people.
I don't have that guilt at all, because we don't take good care of our veterans. We don't take good care of our own homeless. So I don't have that guilt. But I also don't have that guilt, Scott, because the previous administration did something through the CBP One app that has never been done before. It was a novel idea. It was download this app anywhere in the world that you can have access to your Play Store and your smartphone. And then you can request directly from the administration, basically to be imported via plane to a U.S. airport, not going through the border at all. It was a complete bypass of normal border entry for hundreds of thousands of people. This has never been done before. I don't even know how it was actually approved. So there's a lot of things that happened in the previous several years under the previous administration around immigration that we don't really even understand yet. And so it is what it is. This is going to get rectified one way or the other.
And there's the implications are far-reaching, too, with inflation and what happens when we do get rid of these people and we send a lot of them back. I mean, everybody wants immigrants, right? We just don't want illegal immigrants. And I don't think anybody, no matter where you are on the spectrum, signed up for the fact that anybody can walk into this country and start taking benefits they didn't pay for. I don't understand where anybody could think that that's okay, no matter where on the aisle you reside.
We have a systemic problem with our birth rate, Scott. We are no longer replacing ourselves. That is a lot more about lifestyle and becoming unhealthy, actually. And if you look at our birth rate, our live birth rate compared to the rest of the world, we are actually really horrible. For all of the money that we spend on medicine and all of these things, we have a lot of issues. So we can't just give out free benefits when we don't even take care of our own veterans and our own homeless. And we have got to have immigration, because again, we are not replacing ourselves. So immigration has to happen, but it has to be in a controlled legal way.
And I think if we advertise the fact that you're not going to get any benefits once you come over here, that would go a long way of stopping that tide. But everybody thinks once you get on board and in the country, you're going to start getting a free iPhone, free iPad, a card that's going to give you some money to spend. I don't know where we are with that in Trump right now, but I got to believe that we're broke. And we can't continue to do that, number one. And number two is this is going to be an upside-down pyramid at some point in time where we've got the small amount of people trying to really support a large group of people that didn't put anything into the system.
Yeah, I would really direct everyone, if they're interested in learning about this, go to the NGOs, the non-government organizations, and specifically the Catholic charities, because the United States federal government gives a lot of money to the Catholic charities that actually do funnel people in with Visa cards, with prepaid phones, and all of these things. And it is government funded. And so maybe those promises will stop. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, that would probably be one of the easiest things to do is send a message like that, okay, if you're going to come over here, make sure you got a job first, because I don't know how you're going to eat, right? I don't know.
Right.
That makes me look like a jerk, but it's only called common sense. Thank you very much for coming on. Have a safe flight, Rebecca. Rebecca Walser coming to us from Tampa, Florida. All right, by now you know.